Hey guys, I'm Mel and this is episode 3 in Finding Sound, which is my fortnightly vlog where I document my progress and also show you that everyone can learn to sing. I'm living proof. And in this video, I'm going to go through my singing lesson takeaways from today. So I am always pumped up after I do a singing lesson, and they are an hour long. We normally go through our warm-ups, which are some 1.5 octave scales, which we do on an and a which, if you haven't watched my last video, I'm going to put a link to it up here because it goes through the scales in depth and shows you how exactly to make the sounds. So yeah, we did the warm-ups first, and then we did alignment exercises, which are on the same scale but just different consonants. So like boos and goos and wees and gees, just singing up the scale and then down the scale, because eventually you can't just, you can't always have the and the fish face sound to warm up. You eventually have to sing words. So those are kind of like the second stage warm-up exercises that we do. And then after we did that, we worked on the new song that I am taking on, which is Nina Simone's Feeling Good. And I am in love with that song. It's deep and emotive, and it just feels good to sink into it. So yeah, I'm currently only up to singing the first 2 lines of it because there's a lot of work to be done there. The biggest thing that I got from today's lesson was that I have been for so long used to singing through my nose and just having a lot of nasality and singing up here rather than down through my mouth. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that. So just say I am singing birds versus birds. Did you hear a difference in that? Birds, birds. One was kind of light and airy and thin, and the other one was kind of deep and feels like I've lent into it. So my habit before, and still now, is to sing through my nose and to lose the grounding in my voice. So the cue that I've been working on is just trying to have the sound at the front of my mouth and trying to keep thinking of the sound coming out through the front, because my singing teacher describes it as like sound, particularly as you go higher, there should be sound coming out through the mouth, but also sound going up. And I think before, a lot of my sound was going up and there wasn't enough coming out and forwards. So that's the biggest takeaway from today. Stop singing through my nose and sing more through my mouth. It's been giving me a lot more depth and support in my voice. And I'll show you what I mean in a tick there. So the 3 kind of mini things I've been focusing on in the lesson, and what I will be focusing on for homework in my next fortnight, is 1, if it's easy, it's probably right. I think my experience before with singing, particularly in the dark days when I was singing with the wrong technique and constricting my throat, I found that singing was hard. I had to put a lot of effort in. And 2 years later, singing my scales and singing some of these higher notes, it kind of worried me, or not worried me, but as I started to get it and it became effortless, I was like, is this right? Because you kind of doubt yourself because you're so used to it being hard. But takeaway today, if it's easy, it's probably right because you're not using your old habits. Second takeaway is, or focus point is, use depth in vowels. So a depth in a vowel is like that first word that I used in Nina Simone's song, birds. Instead of kind of singing birds, I would sing birds, and not necessarily lengthening it out, but just thinking deeper so we get a richer sound. And the third focus point for the next fortnight is going to be using the consonants. So the B sound is formed at the front of the mouth. And as I said before, my habit was kind of putting my sound up in my nose. So the B is created at the front of the mouth, and different consonants are created in different parts of your mouth. But the fact that I struggle with getting it forward and that this consonant is a forward consonant, then it is really helpful. So yeah, if it's easy, it's probably right. Use the depth in the vowel and use the consonants that are at the front of your mouth. That's what's going to be my thing for the next fortnight. And I do have a 2019 goal of getting vibrato in my voice. And if you don't know what vibrato is, it's a sound that is created, and you would have heard like Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, Jennifer Rush in The Power of Love. She's like amazing vibrato throughout that whole song. But the vibrato is where your voice is really balanced and supported, and it's where, you know, the singers will sing and it will almost shake, but it's not an unstable shake, but you can hear it wobble, I suppose, is a good description. So I can't demonstrate it because I can't do it yet, but that is what I'm hoping to be able to achieve this year. And so, yeah, biggest takeaway, my takeaway from this lesson is not singing through my nose and just getting my sound through my mouth and keeping it down and out here rather than there. And the other three takeaways were, if it's easy, it's probably right. Use the depth in vowels to create more support in the sound and while singing, and also consonants that are at the front for the same reason, to get the sound here rather than up here through my nose. So I'm going to finish off my singing lesson recaps with just the snapshot of the songs that I have been working on in my lessons. So as I said, there's a lot of work to be done in this Nina Simone song, and this is the first day that I've looked at it. So I'm going to sing the first couple of lines, which is all we covered today. And I did not do a great job at it because instantly my brain just wants to put the sound up in my nose. So I really have to concentrate on getting it down. But in a couple of the words, I can feel that sound coming down and doing the right thing. So hopefully on camera, I can give you a little bit of something and show you how I'm progressing with that as I go along. So here goes. Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. So fair portion of that was light and I didn't get my pressure, but in feel there was a little bit of length and depth in it. So hopefully in a couple of weeks you can see the improvement. But guys, if you'd like to subscribe and follow me on my journey and check in with me, just whack my face up there and hit the subscribe and leave me a comment below. Say hello, I'd love to chat with you. And otherwise, have a great day. And if you like singing like me, if you love singing like me, then keep singing your heart out and persevere to find your sound. Catch you in the next video.